Mario Kart World. So when I first saw the initial teaser when they were showing off the Switch 2 and everyone was noticing that, oh, that's a lot of players, I was a bit worried. I was hyped, but I was definitely worried because just thinking about 24 players throwing all these items, the amount of blue shells that I was thinking I was going to see, and so on, I was worried on how chaotic this game would turn out. And, you know, after seeing the trailers afterwards of primarily talking about Mario Kart World and now playing it myself, I can pleasantly say that a lot of that worry went out the door. If anything, they really nerfed a lot of the items to ensure that it wouldn't be as chaotic as it probably would have been with this whole 24 players, which is one of those things that people are kind of feeling mixed about. For me, I don't really mind it that much. The tracks I did worry about because of them being as large. I thought that they were going to be less just, I don't know, imaginative. They would just be more bland, just big open roads and that's it. But once again, I was pleasantly surprised that no, actually the tracks are pretty nice. And I like a lot of the things that they do with them like connecting, which makes me very curious if they, because I'm going to assume that they may do DLCs down the road. At least I would hope so, like just post content, anything. And I'll be curious on how they add those if they decide to still have them all be connected like they do now. Maybe they'll just have like another, you know, island or something. I have no idea. I guess time will tell if they even decide to do that. But yeah, it's nice. There is a lot of characters. The one thing that I mean, I like, but I don't know why they just don't do it this way. But you have the characters and then you have the outfits, and they don't have like the outfits just as just a toggle through like a list on each character. Like it actually is taking up a slot of where the characters are. So it's just, you see all these characters and you realize that, oh, that's a lot of costumes. That's not actually brand new characters, but there is a lot of characters. I mean, they have fish and dead fish, and you know, they got piranha plant. They have enemies that I honestly didn't even know were in the game of Mario games, like, or I completely forgot about them, or there were ones that I didn't really think that Nintendo would be like, yeah, put them in a cart. Like the cow from Moo Moo Farms is in a cart. It's just, there's a cow. There's like, it's just really, it's really weird. It's crazy. I like it. It's not, I don't think that it's just like, oh wow, okay, that they're just kind of running out of ideas of characters. No, I genuinely think that it was really nice. But yeah, everything about it is pretty nice. I played obviously the Grand Prix. I actually did specifically 150cc because anything below that just feels a little too slow. So I always have to do like the fastest. But I have yet to unlock any other stuff. I don't know if there's 200cc. I'm going to assume probably. There's probably even mirror mode as well. I did play a little bit of their quote-unquote battle royale, which is essentially you just, it's like Fall Guys. You have to get to the finish line at a specific you know, position, and that allows you to keep going. It doesn't stop when you get through the finish line. It just smoothly just keeps going. Like that I like. I was worried that it was going to be, it's just you get through the track and then it ends, loads up a loading screen, and you're on another track. No, it just goes through the whole journey, and it just keeps getting more stressful to the point where you're in the final racetrack and you have to get first. And like you have like, I think only 6 racers, or like 4, I think. And it gets really stressful. It gets really intense. I honestly think that mode is not as gimmicky as I thought it was going to be. I felt like I was going to be like, okay, yeah, I don't really care for that. I'm going to be primarily just doing the traditional kind of Mario Kart, modes, but it's not bad. Like, you have your other modes as well. You got the time trials, the versus thing, and then you also have this free roam, which I won't lie is a bit underwhelming. I mean, even when they were talking about it, I was like, what are you expecting players to feel about that? Like, it's a nice little added option where you can just go wherever you want. And you do have your collectibles inside of the free roam. Like, you can get stickers or whatever. You have these like little like challenges. You'll find like the P button thing, the blue P button, and it'll initiate some kind of, like, I don't know, racetrack puzzle thing. You'll find little secrets here and there, but for the most part, it's just kind of empty. It's just kind of there to be there. I did have a little bit of enjoyment, like just kind of like looking at the characters just in the vehicles, like in the bus. Like, there was like a toad that was going upstream in like a kayak and was struggling, and they actually were constantly going up and up and up. And it, like, just all the things, like the world felt alive but empty. Like, it sounds like it makes no sense. How do you have a world that like is so alive and yet it feels empty? Well, because when you realize, oh, there's not really much you're doing. It's just there's some little secrets here and there that you find, and you're mainly unlocking the stickers. And you can also get outfits through the eating of the food and stuff. Like, that's, I guess, the main way of how you get them. So you can still get those in the free roam as well. But for the most part, it's just kind of there as like just an added just distraction if you want that. But it's nothing super crazy. Like, it's not like a Forza Horizon kind of thing. Like, that was at first what I was thinking it was going to be, but when they were showing it off, I just kind of was like, okay, but I'm not seeing the reason to do it, and I don't see a lot going on there other than like, yeah, like there is a lot of stuff happening. It's just they're either just characters or obstacles in the way, or just cool things to look at. But yeah, it's nothing that crazy. So the main part of the game is that it's just more Mario Kart. That's it. Like, it's 24 players now. You have your traditional, multiplayer kind of modes as well, and stuff. You still have the collectibles. You have the, getting the new characters. It was a weird option for me at first that they completely removed the whole customization system with the carts. Because what it used to be was you're able to customize like the wheels, the cart, like the paraglider thing and all that. And now they just turned it into, here's the character, here's your cart, your motorcycle, whatever, and that's it. And you do unlock more carts as you like collect coins and do things. So there is still that like pursue of, oh, I'm getting things. So that's nice. But at first I was like, that's weird. But for the most part, I never really messed with a lot of the customization. I always did the same wheels, the same cart for the most part. And it was always the same. I never tried to do anything over the top or crazy. I know that some people feel very mixed about it being absent in this game, but I don't think that for me personally, I don't feel much was lost with that being removed. It's just like, okay, yeah, whatever. You just select the cart, move on, the end, choose your favorite character, that's it. When it comes to just, again, it being more Mario Kart, yes, the one big one is that you feel it, that some of the abilities, the power-ups are pretty nerfed. They're not as OP as they originally were. I mean, there is a lot to feel about that one, but I feel like that it was balanced enough where it didn't feel like when you get the item that you're going to become useless. I honestly don't mind that, because you'll still get those moments where you're in first place and then you're right close to the finish line and everything goes horribly wrong. Here comes a blue shell, then a red shell, then a green shell, then a banana, and then a bomb, and then a bullet bill, and then now you're 24th. Like, it's just Mario Kart. Like, it still has those moments. It still has the just the adrenaline of playing it with friends or just playing it online with randoms or playing against the computers. Like, I was doing a lot of that, just playing against the computers, and I was still having a blast, and that was great. Now, the big question, of course, is for my first impressions, do I really think that this was worth $80 though? No. That is a big hefty no. Listen, I know that developing games can be quite pricey, but I don't feel that this game was as innovative in the selling point of the price as much as they made it sound it would be. Like, granted though, I did get it with the bundle with the Switch, so I got it at a huge discount, so that was way worth it. But yeah, I mean, the one thing that I will definitely give them a giant 2 thumbs up is at least you purchase the game and there's no extra cash shop or anything like that. I think that's one thing that I do respect Nintendo on, is they don't do a lot of the traditional stuff for the most part that other gaming companies do, where, you know, they sell you the game and then on top of that you're introduced with battle passes every 3 months. You got, you know, the FOMO with that as well, even though you paid for it. You have the overly priced cosmetics that are like $30 when it should have been priced like $5. Like, you know what I mean? Like, just those crazy outlandish pricings of monetization that comes after the purchase. So I honestly feel like I'm cross. Like, I don't feel like the game is fully worth that price tag, but I'm also like, okay, but they don't have all this other crazy nonsense, so it makes it a little bit more easy to accept. But I don't know. I feel like they really need to not make this their ongoing path, which I know that certain games will not always be priced at 80, but I'm just surprised that Mario Kart World of all games was going to be the one that was going to be priced that. Like, I would expect maybe like next Smash Brothers, or I don't know, something that's like very huge in development, like a Mario platformer or something. Maybe that would make sense. But yeah, I don't know. I know that one is the biggest one that everyone has been feeling, but after myself playing it, it's really good. I really like it. I normally don't play a lot of Mario Kart. Like, I did, but I never invested into it. I played a lot of Mario Kart on I originally, you know, I'm old. I played a lot on the N64 with you know, Mario Kart 64. And then I did play a large amount of time on Double Dash, which I do hope that goes on the GameCube list of games for the Switch 2. Please, Nintendo, do that. And I did play a lot of Mario Kart DS, the original. 3DS, I think I did play a bit, but I didn't really play much after that. I did play some Mario Kart 8 when it was, you know, on the Wii U and whatever, but I did play it a little bit more when it came to the Switch with the Deluxe, but I still didn't go crazy about it. This is probably the first Mario Kart game since, I would say, the DS, where I'm like, I'm having a lot of great, you know, time with this. Like, I never even really played a lot of the Wii version of Mario Kart. Like, Double Dash was probably like where it started to kind of, you know, all right, you know, but then the DS handheld one I was playing a lot, just so much time, and then it just started to turn into like, I don't really care too much about it. But yeah, I'm liking it. I do hope that if they are going to do anything down the road for this game, I do hope that they start adding more like free update stuff, like maybe more characters. I wouldn't mind if they did DLCs with like more tracks like they did with the Mario Kart 8, even, you know, after with the Deluxe. That was also very nice. I gotta say though, and it's crazy, I'll add this as well to my just my thoughts, that Sonic Cross Worlds is just blowing my mind on the fact that it's going to have multiverse characters and stuff. They have Minecraft in there, and I'm like, are they doing a Smash Brothers kart before Smash Brothers kart? Because I thought that that was their direction when they added Link in Animal Crossing to Mario Kart 8. So I kind of assumed that this one was going to be like the next Mario Kart was definitely going to push over into, hey, we're going to have Smash Brothers Mario Kart, basically. And no, it's just Mario Kart. They don't even have any characters from other games. They don't have a Link. They don't have the Animal Crossing characters. They don't have the Splatoon characters. So I was shocked. I honestly think that that would have been like the perfect time to introduce a Smash Brothers Mario Kart, because who knows where Smash Brothers is going now, going forward. But I mean, a Mario Kart that has multiple characters from different Nintendo IPs. I think they even had F-Zero. Yeah, they did in Mario Kart 8. So it's like, this would have been more, I feel like, a lot more hyped if they did that. But who knows? Maybe that's their goal with like post content down the road. But yeah, I don't know. But yeah, that's kind of overall like how I'm feeling about it. It's just more Mario Kart, but it definitely feels really good enough to where I'm like, yeah, I would play this more, especially with friends. I feel like that's where the game obviously shines the most, is playing with your friends. And yeah, I'll be curious on what they decide to do for post content. But yeah, that's my overall thought so far about it. How are you feeling about the game? You can tell me in the comments down below. If you enjoyed this video, leave a like, subscribe. I just ramble about all kinds of things on this channel. This is my third channel of making content, so it's nice to just be able to make content like this, and I plan on doing that more often. So thank you so much. I hope you have a chibi-tastic day, night, evening, wherever you are, and I'll see you in the next video. Chibi out.